Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to another edition of Crimes of the Week International. Before we get to today's video, we're excited to announce that our official Patreon page is now live. Patrons will receive exclusive extended editions of each one of our Crimes of the Week and Crimes of the Week International videos. So if you want even more crime news coverage, head over to patreon.com/crimezone.
The story of a rare stolen vehicle had a happy ending this week after the owner was successfully reunited with his car thanks to the help of social media. On Monday afternoon, a man named Cameron Smith left work in the Melbourne suburb of South Yarra only to discover that his prized 1970s Ferrari 400 was missing. Though Smith reported the theft to police, he initially thought the prospects of ever finding the vehicle were pretty bleak. As a last-ditch effort, he decided to post about the stolen Ferrari on the Facebook page of the car club he belonged to called Highball. Another of his friends also posted the picture and details of the vehicle on his Instagram, where he has over 10,000 followers. To Smith's surprise, within 20 minutes of the Instagram post going up, someone had already reached out saying they had spotted the car. It was in a car park in Clayton, just a short drive away. Without bothering to change out of his pajamas, Smith headed down to the place where the vehicle had been spotted to wait for police. Sure enough, it was his Ferrari. While the ignition barrel of the car had been removed, there was reportedly no other damage done to the car. Authorities say they are currently checking it for fingerprints.
Hong Kong police say that they are currently investigating a brazen robbery that took place at a luxury apartment building this week, during which thieves managed to take off with cash and valuables worth an estimated 900,000 Hong Kong dollars, or roughly $116,000 US. Authorities were alerted to the crime a little after 10 p.m. on Tuesday, after the victims, a 58-year-old man and his wife, returned to their 7th floor home at the South Bay Towers in Repulse Bay, only to discover that it had been ransacked. Among the stolen items were diamond rings, jewelry, cash in local and foreign currencies, and 5 watches, one of which was worth about $21,000 on its own. The goods were stolen from a safe inside the home, as well as some drawers in the couple's bedroom. According to police, the South Bay Towers have 2 security guards that are stationed at the building around the clock, and the place is also equipped with more than 50 security cameras. Footage is reportedly still being examined by investigators, but police also say that the thieves may have found a more creative way in than the front door. The building is currently under renovation, so authorities have said it's possible that the criminals may have scaled the bamboo scaffolding on the exterior and gotten into the apartment through the glass door on the balcony.
Authorities in Derbyshire, England say that the deaths of a young woman and 35-year-old man that happened at the end of the week are believed to be the result of a murder-suicide. According to reports, 23-year-old Gracie Spinks was found with serious injuries at approximately 8:40 a.m. on June 18th in the paddocks where she kept her horse near the village of Duckmanton. Sadly, she died at the scene sometime after emergency service workers arrived. The 35-year-old man, who has since been identified as Michael Sellers from Sheffield, was found dead in a field less than a mile away approximately 2 hours later. Though few details about the nature of the crime have been released, it is believed that Sellers attacked Gracie before taking his own life. Reports allege that Sellers was a former work colleague of Gracie's and had become obsessed with her after they went on a date. She is said to have filed a restraining order, but Derbyshire police say that no criminal restraining order was in place at the time of her death. Because of their contact with Gracie before her murder, the police force have referred themselves to the watchdog known as the Independent Office for Police Conduct. Police also confirmed that 6 weeks prior to the incident, a local resident had found a bag containing weapons nearby. The contents included an axe and more than one knife. It remains unclear if the items are related to the case.
Authorities in the South African province of Mpumalanga say that they are searching for multiple people this week after a suspected rhino poaching kingpin was gunned down inside his vehicle. The attack reportedly unfolded around 1 p.m. last Thursday, as Petros Sidney Mabuza, also known as Mr. Big, was parked in his Ford Ranger pickup truck next to a shopping complex in the farming town of Hazyview. Multiple people all traveling in a black Volkswagen Polo, pulled up to where Mabuza was parked and proceeded to exit their vehicle and open fire before taking off. Mabuza was struck by at least one of the 17 bullets that hit his car during the gunfire and allegedly died on his way to the hospital. An innocent bystander, who was also struck by one of the bullets, is said to be recovering. Though police have not released an official motive behind the crime, the shooting was clearly targeted, and there was speculation that the incident was due to Mabuza's suspected criminal activities. Since 2018, he has been in and out of court on charges of rhino poaching, with several of these cases still before the High Court at the time of his death. Mabuza was also reportedly facing murder charges. While police are calling on witnesses to come forward and assist in the investigation, others, such as anti-poaching activist Jamie Joseph, are seemingly celebrating the killing as an act of vigilantism. In a comment to the media, she said, quote, "I have no doubt the trial would have been sabotaged. There was no political will in South Africa to save the rhino, but today, justice of the street was served."
Authorities in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod region say that they have arrested a suspect in the murder of a 34-year-old American student this week, just days after she was reported missing. According to reports, Catherine Saru was at a bus stop last Tuesday when the suspect, a man identified as Alexander Popov, offered to give her a ride. Catherine's mother told the media that her daughter accepted the ride because she was in a hurry to get somewhere, but immediately had misgivings. The last text she sent said, quote, "In a car with a stranger. I hope I'm not being abducted." Russian investigators allege that instead of driving Catherine where she wanted to go, Popov drove her to a forested area near the town of Bor. After an argument, he then beat and stabbed Catherine to death. Her body was found 4 days later in the wooded area by a search party. Popov was arraigned on murder charges on Sunday. It is said that he has a previous record of serious crimes.
An elderly man in Thailand's Bandung district made headlines this week after he went to his local police station to report a barber who he said had given him a bad haircut. The story was first shared by a Facebook page called the Bandung Update, who claimed that the man was upset that the barber had given him a cut that did not make him look handsome. The man allegedly showed police his head as proof of the barber's purported lack of skill, and said that his hair had been cut to different lengths. He was also furious that the barber had refused to give him a refund. As the elderly man explained the situation to police, he told them that he no longer wanted just the 60 baht that he had spent on the haircut, he wanted an extra 20 baht for his wasted time. He said that he planned to spend the extra money on an energy drink. While police could not really do anything for the man, it was reported that they patiently listened to his story, told him that he did indeed look handsome, and gave him the 80 baht out of their own pockets. In US currency, the sum works out to roughly $2.50.
Authorities in the West Bengal district of Malda say that they have arrested a 19-year-old man this week after he was accused of carrying out the murders of 4 members of his family. According to reports, Asif Mohammed killed his father, mother, sister, and grandmother in February. It is alleged he spiked their drinks with sleeping pills and then strangled all 4 of them to death. Police were alerted to the crime by Asif's older brother, Arif, who fled after the murders but recently returned to the area. Based on the information he provided, Asif was arrested on Saturday, after which police exhumed the remains of the 4 family members from the basement of a warehouse near their home. The warehouse was under construction at the time, and it is believed that this is why Asif chose to hide the bodies there. They had previously been reported missing. At the current time, reports seem to contradict each other about the role Arif may or may not have played in the crime. Some reports state that he is being treated as a suspect alongside his brother, while others say that the reason he fled was because Asif threatened to murder him as well. While no official motive behind the crime has been announced by police, some media reports have contended that Asif killed his family for financial reasons and that he had previously demanded money from them.
The murder of a 20-year-old British mother in Greece took an even darker turn this week, as her helicopter pilot husband was arrested and charged with her murder. When news first broke of the murder of Carolyn Crouch last month, the crime was initially believed to be the result of a nightmarish home invasion and robbery. Caroline's husband, 32-year-old Babis Anagnostopoulos, told authorities that masked men had broken into their home on May 11th. He said that he and his wife had been tied up and gagged while their 11-month-old baby was left sleeping in the next room. Caroline had allegedly been strangled to death by the perpetrators sometime during the robbery. Anagnostopoulos speculated that the perpetrators were 3 Albanian criminals who had somehow learned about the large sum of money he kept hidden in the house. Though the husband's terrifying version of events quickly made its way out to the media, authorities remained skeptical and continued to scrutinize him. During their investigation, they found key pieces of evidence, including the couple's mobile devices and a smartwatch with a heart rate monitor worn by Caroline, that contradicted details that Anagnostopoulos had given to police. A memory card had also been conveniently removed from a security camera on the property, further adding to police suspicions. After Anagnostopoulos was arrested, he confessed to the crime under police questioning. He was charged with Caroline's murder last Friday, on June 18th. That brings us to the end of this edition of Crimes of the Week International. If you're a fan of the new series, don't forget to tell us in the comments section below. While you're there, make sure to subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. Thank you for watching.